Hello everyone and welcome back to Mystic Medicine. My name is Nina. Peace and blessings to you all. Today we have another pick a card reading, and the theme for today is what your guides want you to focus on. And we're also going to be diving into any messages that they have for you. Before we go to pick a pile, I have a quick disclaimer for you guys, and we're going to be touching on some kind of sensitive topics. I think it was like pile 2 and 3, especially, just a little trigger warning. Just want to give you guys a heads up that some sensitive topics will be brought up, so just prepare yourselves, but it's all good things for your greatest and highest good, and healing and growing, and just acknowledging maybe some things that need to be acknowledged. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there right before we dive in. So we have 3 options for you today. We have pile number 1 on the left with the red tiger flowering maple flower essence. We have pile number 2 in the center with the jasmine flower essence. And we have pile number 3 on the right with the white monkey flower essence. So with that being said, I hand it over to you guys and just marinate on what pile resonates the most with you, or what you're being called or drawn to the most. And I will see you in a second. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 1s, or those of you who pick this beautiful red tiger flower essence. Welcome to your reading on what your guides want you to focus on. We are going to be looking at what you should focus on, or your points of focus, tools to help or assist you, and other messages that your guides have for you. Before we get into that though, I wanted to inform you a little bit about this red tiger flower essence, the properties that it can help with, and indications that you may need it, just since you were drawn to it and chose this for your reading. So the indications for red tiger flowering maple flower essence is low energy, having a lack of motivation and direction, creative blocks, doubting yourself and your gifts, being self-critical and self-conscious, feeling dull and mundane in life, and being ignoring or being confused by what your intuition is directing you towards. So what flowering maple helps you with is it like kindles that fire energy within you. It fills your heart with like hope and confidence to stay true to your desires and manifestations, to stay true to that which rings true to you on a soul level. It assists you in knowing your soul's calling and purpose, and it aids you in success. So it helps you unlock your abundance and your joy, and really blessing your path for success, and gives you endurance to stay true to your path, and to continue being persistent, putting the energy towards your goals, and to go after what you want, and to live your life from a seat of your divine power and creativity. So that's what flowering maple flower essence helps assist you with on a vibrational level. And I just mentioned that because it does kind of echo through your reading just in a few areas. This is a general reading, so just take only that which resonates with you, and leave everything else behind. And if you're interested in working with flower essences for your personal spiritual growth and healing journey, I do sell these on my Etsy, and the link for that will be in the description below. But let's get into your reading. So first we are going to look at your cards. We're going to be looking at the Beyond Lumeria deck and the Tarot of the Divine for your points of focus. And you have beautiful cards. You have number 51, the Sound of the Universe. Number 6, High Heart Chakra. Number 24, Evolution. You have the Two of Coins in reverse, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. These are very powerful cards to be your point of focus, and I sense like a great deal of blessings coming through if you do choose to follow this advice and make these your main points of focus. So the card that's really pulling me in the most is number 51, the Sound of the Universe. And this is, I almost said song. This card, maybe you do need to listen to some songs. This can deal a lot with music. This really is about like tuning yourself to the vibrations of the universe, tuning yourself and tuning into the energy that which you wish to embody, if that makes sense. So some sound healing or some sound medicine, maybe some Tibetan healing bowls would be really healing for you, or listening to like 432 hertz, stuff like that. I'm getting a sense of like cleansing. There's like a need to like cleanse yourself, cleanse your aura, cleanse your environment, using sound and uplifting yourself using sound. It's really beautiful, really beautiful. I feel like this is a card that really is like your manifestations want to burst through, but you're not quite on the right frequency to be able to receive them yet, if that makes sense. So that accompanied with the high heart chakra, I feel that there's a sense of like really needing to tap into your heart center and having compassion for yourself. I feel as though there's some healing that needs to be done, clearing a space through your heart. Maybe sorry, something really strange was going on with my phone. Anyway, so tuning back into the high heart chakra. This is a center that is like our heart center, except it's less about ourselves and more about how we can give to others. So this card kind of asks you to explore, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what gives your life purpose? And how can you share that with other people? How can you bring joy and uplift yourself, but also other people? This card is asking you, if there are more ways in your life to bring joy and gratitude, like spiritual love, that unconditional divine love and selflessness. It asks you, what can you be grateful for? And kind of tying it into the previous card, the Sound of the Universe, how can you tune your vibration up to this higher vibration of, of love? This card at the bottom, it says ecstatic bliss. So I feel as though maybe you're not fully living in a place of joy and happiness. Maybe there's a sense of sadness or depression or some sort of healing that needs to be acknowledged and moved through. Moving in, we have number 24, evolution. So there is some sort of growth that wants your attention and focus. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Having issues today. Excuse me. So, where was I? Okay, number 24, this evolution card. Like I said, it's about growth. It's also about, overcoming challenges. Not all the time, but sometimes. This number 51 card, the sound of the universe. This can indicate that maybe you've been having some tower moments in the past, or I don't want to freak you out, but maybe like some small little quote unquote crises may happen in your life. I feel like these cards are really trying to emanate, like, how can you move gracefully through like issues or conflict or disturbances that happen throughout life, and how can you still stand in a place of optimism, of hope, of love, and of joy. I feel like this is also a message coming through. I'm not taking things so seriously. Not everything has to be so heavy hitting and so hard. Maybe how you perceive things sometimes does more emotional drainage and damage to you. And with this evolution card and the high heart chakra and the sound of the universe card are really asking you to really ascend and move up and out and through, and to find a way to find the silver lining, or to kind of blossom, or find a new way, like seek a new path. If one part of your journey or your day seems blocked by something, to still have grace to pivot and to move direction, and to have a heart that is enduring, to have a heart that is strong enough to stand up against the tests that life can have, to stay in patience and in grace, and to flow, to web and flow. We can't always ride every single wave, and sometimes not all things are gonna unfold the exact way which we wish them to. And sometimes, for the time being, things can seem like a complete disaster. But in the end, it all serves a purpose, and it may be leading you towards a new direction, or a new way of doing something, or a new way of seeing or going about things. And so I feel like your guides are really asking you to just be open, to open your mind, to get out of your head too a bit and drop more into your heart, to laugh more, and to allow yourself to feel the joy and the laughter and the bliss of life, that you can relax a bit, and to just continue on your personal evolution. And I feel like your emotional stability and how you perceive quote unquote negative things, or chaotic events, or when things happen that are out of your control and you feel helpless, your guides really want you to focus on how you react and respond, if that makes sense. We're gonna move on to the tarot now. So again, I'll repeat them. We have the Two of Coins in reverse, the Queen of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. And I'm being called to the Two of Coins first, and it being in reverse, I guess I'm going to interpret this as your guides want you to gain some solid ground or footing. I feel as though you guys may have a lot of things going on. You may be juggling a lot of things, and your guides want you to focus on getting organized and setting your priorities. With the Queen of Coins here, there's a push for your guides telling you to really fall into your creativity. Really hone in on your offering to the world, on your creation, what it is you want to create. We have the Queen of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. This is a trinity of powerful, badass energy. And the messages coming through is there's something that may have been taking a long time, right? We have this snake and it's super freaking long, and it's coming from the ground, circling around crops. It's circling this tree and the branch, and it's red and it's vibrant. So this is something material. This is something that has grown, that may have taken a lot of time to grow. Something that can bring you abundance and stability, something that is fruitful, and your guides really want you to focus on this. And with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups, your guides just want you to just soar. Focus on your creativity. Focus on just sprouting your wings and being fearless and going for it, and really considering and thinking about what is going to bring you just emotional fulfillment and joy and happiness with the Nine of Cups here. So so the story playing out here is to get organized, clear your space, fall into your heart, pay attention to how you react and respond, and fine-tune your energy to the person that you want to be, or to the energy you want to be. There's a lot about abundance in your reading. If you want to be abundant or create, more wealth and prosperity in your life, cast aside the doubt. With the Two of Coins is a lot about self-doubt for me. A lot about self-doubt, not really sure what direction to go into. And your guides are just saying, what is going to make you happy? And what's going to make you happy? Making other people happy. And just soar and be. Your guides want you to be free in what you pursue. They want you to feel stable and free and creative and loving and happy. There's so much about smiling and being joyful. I feel like your guides just really love your smile, and they love that vibrancy you give off when you're happy and you're smiling, and it's just genuine, and you're just giddy. It's so beautiful. I feel like for some of you guys, you laugh so hard you cry, and your guides just love that, and they just want to see you in more of that energy. I'm feeling a sense of just support here. I feel like I want to cry. I don't know who's coming in right now, but this guide, they feel pained to see you. I don't know if this is a friend or a family member who's passed away, but there's a very heart-centered, just genuinely wanting you to be happy, and to see you smile again. I don't know if you guys haven't smiled in a long time, or allowed space or room for joy and silliness and just ecstatic, giggly, crazy energy. But there's a guide here who's like really pained and hurt by your emotional state of being, and for you working so hard and pushing so hard and looking and feeling and being so overwhelmed. And all your guides just want the best for you. And they just want you to take the time to really kind of create a plan or have a formulated tasks or actions that you can do that make you happy, that you're gonna love and enjoy doing, that bring fulfillment, and to just pave the way of your life through that and with that energy, if that makes sense. Really beautiful energy, guys. Your guides love the heck out of you. It's so beautiful. I was like getting emotional. So yeah, just really focus in on emotional fulfillment, on just being fearless and feeling invincible, and knowing and feeling and being in your power, and embodying that abundant, fruitful energy. Because I feel like you have a lot to offer, and your guides want you to know you have a lot to offer, and they believe in you. And you just need to believe in yourself and just go for it. You guys, go for it. You can do it, man. I believe. Okay. I think that's all. I'm gonna move on now. Let me pull your other cards out. And just as I was telling you to believe, your next cards for tools to help or assist you, we have number 18, believe. We have number 19, application. Number 22, inner child. And card number 1, higher consciousness. And we also have from the Divine Abundance deck, we have individuality, deepening, and letting go. So I'm really being called to number 18, believe. What's gonna assist you? A tool in your belt is belief. Believing in yourself. Believing that there is a greater power really looking out for your best interest at heart. And to just believe that brighter days are ahead, and to just believe in yourself. And I'm seeing like just follow the sun, and your guides are really proud of you, and they just hold you so dearly in their heart, and there's so much genuine love and compassion and just acceptance. And I don't know, everyone's different. I don't know if you've ever truly felt fully loved before, like unconditionally loved in your life, but just know that you are, by your guides and by the divine and by the universe. Like, I could feel it, and I just want to cry. I want to cry beautiful tears because it is there's just so much love. I don't think you understand. I hope you do. There is so much love here for you. And I said it, and I've said it, and I probably will say it again. I'm gonna say it one more time just to drive it home. Is you, viewer of pile number 1, are so loved so deeply you cannot fathom. You are being looked after, and you are held so dearly and deeply in the heart of the divine, of the heart of whatever guide this is. I'm really getting a very feminine energy. I don't know if this is a mother or a daughter or a best friend. It just feels so, so dear, or a grandmother. You are so loved, damn it. You are loved, and just know that and feel it and accept it, okay? Just accept it. And have faith and joy and believe in yourself. And be fearless and feel powerful and feel sure of yourself and feel secure in who you are, and know that you got this and you can conquer the world, and you have so much backup and so much beautiful divine support. It is unbelievable. It's just divine. I love it. I love it. Just know, I hope you really get that message, because I feel like it is like 100% like, get this through to them. Did they hear it? Did she get it? Did they get it? I hope you got it. Sorry if you heard that deep breath. My son is sleeping. Okay. Okay, now we have number 19, application. So I feel like you guys are people who are very intelligent, or you like to take in a lot of information, a lot of self-help, healing, esoteric knowledge, manifestation, law of attraction, that sort of thing. And this card is really trying to tell you, like, you have all this knowledge, you have all this information to really apply it to your life in the best of your knowledge and the best of your capacity. And you're really gonna make a lot of progress and see a lot of growth. Alright, sorry about that, pile number 1. My son just woke up from a nap, so he's good, taken care of. Let's get back into your reading. So I left off on card number 19, application. So as I was saying, you guys are very intelligent, and you guys are very well versed and very knowledgeable about certain tools and applications, tools and like self-help. I'm hearing with application and number 51, sounds of the universe, is like jumping at me again. And this is saying like to listen to healing frequencies, and even get yourself a mantra. So like look up mantras and kind of like Google, right? Google's our best friend. So just have the intention, of whatever it is that you're wanting to shift or heal in your life, whether that's like to open your heart, to evolve, to experience more of your divine nature, for more willpower, what have you. It's going to be individual for each and every one of you, and to just apply what you learn. I feel like you already know about mantras, about the importance of taking care of your body, taking care of your mind and your spirit through meditation, exercise, a healthy diet, drinking water, tending to your emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being, because it's all interconnected. So it's like tuning into yourself and your body. And there's a big theme here. I don't want to get ahead of myself looking at your other cards, but there is a theme to like shed light on your heart. There's something there that needs your attention, that needs to be seen, to be acknowledged. There's a pain there, there's a root there, and once you can acknowledge it and apply the tools to really help heal and grow, I see you just coming, like just glowing, right? That the world and your life is going to open up to you, like the divine is going to open up, and just blessings are going to funnel out into you. But you need to tend to the things within you that you may be ignoring, or that you may think, I just don't have time for that at all. There's also a message here with inner child, especially right next to the Two of Coins in reverse. I'm hearing that you have some sort of limiting belief that may have stemmed from childhood, seeing your parents like struggle and being overworked, overwhelmed, really not being fulfilled. I don't know, you could be a parent, you could not be, it doesn't really matter, but you're carrying something from your childhood about like this perpetual unhappiness that you're allowing yourself to experience and to live and to be in that isn't serving you. So there is like a call for your inner child to heal something, to acknowledge something from the past, to shift a mindset, to shift your perspective on something, and to see beauty in life, kind of like take things slow, ease into yourself. Yes, get in touch with nature, go for walks, clear your head. There's a need for you to like enjoy the little things, and if you're not sure, you know, what you want to do or what you're passionate about or what excites you, meditate on your inner child. And, you know, children are such beautiful spirits. I know as a mom myself, my son shines light on me every day. There's just so much wisdom there, and there's just so much beauty and innocence and purity and fun and laughter, and there's like a call for you to get in touch with that. Kind of look at the children around you in your life as teachers, and ask yourself, where have you in your life told yourself that you need to grow up, or that you cannot do this, or that you need to snap out of that, or not allow yourself to be giddy and silly and happy and loving, or, you know, go down an avenue to explore something that interests you because you thought it was childish or naive. And it's just, yeah, a lot was said there. And this message isn't for everyone, but just take what resonates. But yeah, there's just a need to really dive into your inner child and spend more time in nature, and spend time with the flowers and the birds. And I feel like you're very in tune, right? Kids, my son's always talking to spirits, you know. There's like, just know that you're surrounded, and it may seem weird or strange or woo-woo, but kind of tune into and speak it out loud, you know, like, you know, is my always with protection, right? Only of the greatest and highest good that will bring growth and goodness and love into your life and expand outwardly from you. But tune into your guides and see who's around you. Call on your support system. Ask for a sign. Don't be afraid. And just be open. Be open to the messages. Be open to the signs and the synchronicities. And be open to the wisdom that your inner child has for you about what you have to offer the world and what you have to go after, and about your fearlessness and your resilience and your bravery and your excitement and your fulfillment. Trust their wisdom. Okay, and now, sorry if I said a lot. I hope this is making sense. Okay, now we're going to move into card number 1, higher consciousness. So with this card right next to number 51, Sound of the Universe card, this is just further pushing the idea of tuning yourself to a higher vibration. There's a need for self-realization, for noticing your patterns and bringing awareness and bringing your consciousness to that, and making a conscious effort to be aware of how you're thinking or how you're showing up in the world. How are you showing up in your life? Do you like it? Is it fulfilling you, or is it draining you? And if it is draining you, your guides are really telling you what's going to assist you is to shifting your thoughts, shifting your vibration. There's a huge need to like connect with the seat of your soul, with your higher self, with that divine light that is within you. And when you do that, you will feel a sense of empowerment, and you'll feel your heart open because you see the beauty and the power that you have within yourself. And you'll see and unleash, like your potential. And to make a conscious effort to not be a slave to your past programming, or to programming that holds you back and that limits you, whether it is around like abundance or about your capability. There's a huge theme here about you cultivating a sense of empowerment, a sense of inner strength and perseverance. And the best way to tune into that is to notice when you fall into these dips, and you can move yourself out of that frame of mind by like physically moving your body or listening to something of a higher vibration. And we're not like ignoring the pain. We're not ignoring the past, but we acknowledge it. We bring conscious awareness to it, and then we just choose, I'm not going to default to that programming anymore. It's like you have this path that you always walk, that you walked since you were little, because your mom and dad walk that path, and it's comfortable, and you know it, and it's convenient, and you know what to expect. But there's another path you can take that'll give you a different view, that'll give you a different state of being and feeling and thinking. And I hope I'm making sense. I'm just looking at this card, and all these clouds like really just look like a brain to me, with all the shapes and the waves and the patterns to it. And then I see like a face with like a light shining just like between the eyebrows, just like your third eye, right? So it's like just opening that and let that be the seat of where you perceive and see yourself. And then from that space of being, from that space of light, to consciously choose to move in a different direction. I hope I'm making sense. I think I may move on. I'm going to see if this card has any other messages. I guess I'm just hearing like sound bath, meditation, and making noises. I know this may sound weird, but sometimes we can have things like trapped in the body, and they perpetuate, and they need to move and get up and out and move through us and out of us. Sometimes like there's a lot of stuckness, and this card is really speaking about like healing yourself, asking the divine and your angels for healing. Do self-healing on yourself. Just play around with it with the intention of like moving and shifting your energy. If you like music or you have certain instruments around you, like I would really encourage you to like rattle or bang on a drum or do something, and with the intention of releasing whatever is within you. And this may sound crazy, but I've had this instance where, I really needed to move something out of me, and I just started making noises, and sometimes the noises sound really awful. But I guess what I'm trying to get out here is like we can acknowledge, sometimes there's not a thought to a feeling, or sometimes our inner child tries to protect us by blocking out, like we can't see, or we're blind to whatever is causing us discomfort. This could be like blocking memories of the past, like traumas, what have you. And sometimes we don't always need to have that awareness of exactly what it is that we need to move out of us, but just acknowledging the feeling of it by making a sound and then trying to transfer that sound, like alchemize it up and out of you or down through your feet and ground it. Just use your intuition, but really play around with that, just like making noises to release things. I mean, like dance and move your body around, do this when no one's home, unless like the people around you are just really accepting and loving and just like, just let them do their thing. But I usually do it when I'm alone or just with my son, and just play music and dance, and whatever needs to come out of you, just let it come out without judgment, without like staying in there, not staying in that feeling or holding that note. We'll hold it for as long as you need, but just until it feels satisfied. Like, okay, we acknowledged it, we gave it a voice, and now we can let it go. That might sound a little weird to some people. But that message is just for whoever needs it. It's not for everyone. Don't do it unless you really feel inside of you that that's a good idea and it speaks to you and that's what you need. But that's just another tool that you can use if you need it. And there is one more message coming through with that, as a tool to help support and assist you, is when you meditate, to visualize like a beautiful star like above your head, or like a flame, whatever, or a sun, and just visualize that point of like divine light, just like spiritual light, and like pull it down into your crown and through your body. There's like a need to just bring the divine like within you, if that makes sense. Excuse me. There, and to like focus on that point of light, that healing energy, that flame, that sun, that star, and to visualize it as like your inner child or your higher self or just pure divine cosmic energy, and just really connecting with it, reaching it, touching it, and pulling it down and holding it within you, bringing it into your third eye, really holding it in your third eye, holding it in your throat, holding it in your heart, and holding it in your solar plexus, and then grounding it in your root, and then out, down, and through your feet. I really feel like the divine just wants to bathe you in beautiful healing light and energy, and if you make the time and you set it as a priority to do this healing, that beautiful things will transpire in your life, and you'll feel like internal shifts. So just to recap, points of focus that your guides would like for you to focus on is connecting to just a beautiful higher vibration to the vibration that you want to embody and be and to represent your life at this time. To connect with your heart, your higher heart, to find your bliss, your joy, your happiness, and really understand and know how you can put that out into the world to help serve other people in the community. To really grow and evolve and heal within yourself. To apply that which you learn, to believe in yourself, to connect with your inner child, reframe your perspective, your mind, bring awareness to your thoughts, to your actions, to your patterns. Get grounded and rooted and think about, your abundance and where you want that abundance to come from, especially from a place of inner power and perseverance, and from the seat of like your solar plexus chakra, to cultivate feelings of feeling emotionally fulfilled, powerful, and invincible. To connect with your guides and know that you are loved beyond belief and that you are so supportive. And to speak to them out loud, ask for signs, ask for confirmations. Connect more with the divine. Take time to meditate, to chant a mantra, to tend to your mental, emotional, your physical, and spiritual well-being. There's also a message here of not comparing yourself to anyone else with the individuality card that we have. And with the deepening card, it's like, as I was saying, just connect more with your soul and with God, with the divine, and to let go and release any heaviness in your heart. And to know that, we're not in control, and that's okay. But if you can believe and have faith and trust in yourself and your capability, and you can have faith and trust that you're being looked after and that everything is going to be okay, as long as you stay true to yourself, to your path, as long as your heart is in the right place, and as long as you take action on that which really brings you fulfillment and joy, abundance is here, emotional fulfillment is here, great empowerment is here, and a beautiful, brilliant, pure connection to the spirit, to the divine, to your ancestors, to the spirit realm is here for you. It's present. There's also a message that you have some clear audience, like the spiritual gift of like hearing, and your guides really want you to tune into that so that they can better communicate with you, and better guide you on your journey. So that's not for everyone, which is some of you is very demanding message that wanted to come through, is to work on your spiritual gifts, so that if you feel lost, or if you feel ungrounded, or like you need some guidance, that you can be your compass and you can use your gifts to tune into the divine and your guides, so you can be put on your path and headed in the right direction. So this number 51 card, the sound of the universe, keeps drawing me in, and I just realized that the face in this card, she's crying. There's like tears in her eyes, and rolling down her cheek. So another message here coming through for you is, if you have sorrows that you need to, there's like something that needs to be said, right? I think this is called the Siri Yantra. I could be wrong. I'll look that up right now. But she has it like where her throat and her neck would be. And I feel like there's something that needs to be spoken. There's something that's needs to be said, spoken, like a vibration needs to be put out with like your mouth and your tongue, that may cause you some sort of pain. But from this card, another message that I'm getting is to really seek counsel. If you need to seek counsel or get something off of your chest, if you don't really have people you can confide in or go to, that you can always speak out loud to your guides and to the divine. You can always speak your truth to spirit, and you will not be judged. And spirit won't perpetuate negativity. Like, I feel like you need to get something. Spirit wants to hear what's in your heart and the pain that you're feeling, or any hardships or overwhelm or burden that you may be feeling and experiencing. And like, spirit wants you to seek them. Your guides want you to seek them out as like counselors and therapists, to, instead of telling other people your issues or your burdens, to just tell it to the divine, and they'll help alchemize you and help bring you up into a higher state of consciousness than maybe the people that you're being surrounded by, that may listen to you when you have to say something or get something off of your chest or have some sort of grievance, that they may perpetuate negativity, or you may be feeling judged, or they may just not fully understand. And that's because you shouldn't be seeking reassurance or advice, or from these people that just give it to God, to really, and then tying that into like deepening and letting go. I feel like you're also being called to have your own individual relationship with the divine, with spirit, with yourself, and to really deepen your connection with the spirit world, and to seek your guides and your angels around you, to vent to them, and they'll help you release and help you feel better than maybe other people in your support system at this time. I hope that, yeah. Okay, let me see. Yeah, spirit just wants to really drive home that with individuality, I'm being called to, that it says every person has their own personalized study plan in this earth school, and that it's not anyone's fault who's around you that don't really understand or don't say the right things or perpetuate this negativity, that it doesn't make a difference, and we shouldn't compare ourselves as better than or less than anyone else, but to just acknowledge that, hey, what I'm going through, this person isn't, and that's okay. We're all here to experience a multitude of different things, different emotions, different life experiences, and not every single person is going to understand, and not always our family members, that we love and care about will understand, or friends that we've known for years. Sometimes they just won't understand, and that's okay. And to just not feel like you're alone. You have, like I said, you have so much guidance and support around you that love you and that really just want the best for you. And they want you to just surrender your heartaches or your burdens or your worries, your stresses, your anxieties, just surrender them to them and try to detach from them as best you can, and to just give it to God, or give it to the universe. And I feel like you'll get a great sense of relief and of release. You'll have a great release, and then just after, just ask for like a sign, and I think you'll be amazed by the little feathers that are left for you on your walks, or the random little messages on your feed when you're scrolling through your social media, of just encouraging messages that may relate to, your issues or your problems or whatever trials or tribulations that you may be facing. And yeah, so I think I'm going to move on now to just messages. And I pulled for this one from the Dreams of Gaia. And you have the Abundance card. You have the Queen of Fire in reverse, the Ace of Water in reverse, the Sage, the Five of Air, Five of Swords, and the Six of Cups. So let's get into these messages. Looking at this Abundance card, it is just like a beautiful reflection of the inner child. So I feel like what Spirit is saying, or what the messages that your guides are saying, is that abundance is rightfully yours, and abundance wishes to come into your life. And the key to your abundance is your inner child. And it's so funny, we have like this rainbow in the background, and the rainbows always make me think of like the 10 of coins and the 10 of cups. And I feel like your abundance is going to come from your fulfillment. And with the dragon here, it's going to come from your inner source of power. So, and this is just reiterating like the message from the Knight of Wands is, this dragon isn't super gnarly, but it's this beautiful golden color that just seems so confident and wise and sturdy and strong. And yeah, so it's, sorry, I'm just getting lost in the imagery a little bit. Abundance is yours, but you need to connect to this, your inner power and your sense of fulfillment, like a sense of like confidence and a sense of joy and happiness are gonna be like the bread and butter of what fuels your abundance. And with the Abundance card right next to the Queen of Fire in reverse, I feel like that you're the message coming through is that you may have gone through like a spell of where your confidence could be low right now, or your creativity could be on the low side. And then we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse. It's just saying that you may be out of touch with your true genuine feelings. And with the Sage here and the Five of Swords and the Six of Cups, it's like this journey. You need to, with the Sage, take your wisdom and your magic and your knowing and your connection with the divine, and kind of, the Sage gives me like the Hermit vibes. It's time to go on like an inner pilgrimage, because with the Five of Swords here, like there's some hurt and healing that you're covering up, that you're like presenting this mask or this false sense of being to the world, the people around you, or to yourself. And this card really makes me think of just needing there's like lightning in the background, but it makes me think of like an egg cracking open. Like there's cracks, like the mask that you're trying to hold on to is like becoming flimsy. It's breaking. It cannot last much longer, and something needs to be acknowledged that is under the surface. And I'm just getting the sense that your guides are telling you to really just take this deep dive into yourself at this time. And with the Six of Cups here, I know it's depicted differently in other decks, and I love this deck because this is really a card of just compassion. And I feel like this is a compassion for yourself, a compassion and honoring of all your feelings and all of your emotions, and to really just have like that acceptance and that love that and support that I was speaking about in the beginning of your reading. You have that within you for yourself. And for one reason or another, you may be denying yourself that love, that compassion, that understanding. There's like a sense of denying yourself, just like a great big hug, and allow yourself to cry and or to be honest. It can be other things than sadness, but there's like a message here of stop trying to bury it deeper within you, to just let it surface, and it's okay. I was just listening to Teal Swan while I was eating my lunch earlier, and she was saying that pain is important, because it tells us very, very important information about ourselves. And to acknowledge our pain, we acknowledge what we don't want. And when we do that, we can then figure out what we do want. And once we know what we do want, we can then go forward and build that life of fulfillment, of abundance, of personal power, of like of resilience, and it's empowering, right? Pain and hurt doesn't always have to be of detriment to you. It's a great indicator that something needs to be fixed, something needs to be mended. You can either acknowledge your pain and you can grow into a more loving, compassionate person. And when you can hold that compassion and understanding and love for yourself, your heart grows and you can hold greater compassion, love, and understanding for the world. This is tying into your high heart chakra energy, that you need to like dive into yourself and acknowledge your pain, and work through that, and crack yourself open and get to those dark, shadowy, hurtful bits, right? And just have grace with yourself, and patience with yourself, and don't judge yourself. Just have understanding and compassion and love is really needed right now, because the divine just wants to flood you with that. But you have to first open that gate for yourself. And then I feel that once you heal this, then you're going to have your confidence back. You'll have your creativity back. You'll then be in tune with your heart more and your emotions, because you can't really be in tune with your heart if it's breaking and it's hurt, but you're like, no, we're just gonna ignore that, and what is my heart trying to tell me? And it's like, I'm hurting, and you're like, no, but what do you want? And it's like, I want you to give me a hug and let me cry. It's like, no, but what do we want to do in life? And it's like, I want you to just, let me cry and let this out, because I'm hurting, and can't you understand and see me that I feel hurt and broken right now, and I need attention. And then once that we've healed and you've given me what I need, then we can explore further and truly create this beautiful life and live up to this beautiful potential. It's like reminding me, if you've ever watched the movie Eat, Pray, Love, when I feel like you guys are saying, I just want to live in my purpose and be aligned, and it's like when that woman was like, I just want peace. And then that guy's like groceries. If you want to sit in the castle, first you got to swim the moat. You want the end result, but there's a journey to get there, and it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes we have to go into, we can't just fake this positivity and that everything's okay, when really it's not okay. And to reach those beautiful peaks, and to have that high vibration, and to be in that beautiful alignment, you have to deal with the heavy baggage, and not just by ignoring it or pretending that it's not there, or not giving it the time of day or attention that it needs, or viewing it as it's bad or lower than or low vibrational or less than you, but to have ultimate self-love and compassion, to say, you know what, I feel this way, and I'm going to accept myself as I am now fully, no matter what it is that you're feeling or experiencing. And just once you can do that, you'll have a beautiful, beautiful shift and blossom within yourself and shift. I hope this is making sense to you guys. Hello, my beautiful pile number 2s, or those of you who chose this jasmine flower essence. Welcome to your reading about what your guides want you to focus on, and closing messages that they have for you. So really quickly, I just wanted to talk about the flower essence that you chose, which is jasmine. And flower essence is a vibrational medicine, and the flowers help us shift and heal parts of our energetic, spiritual, emotional, and mental bodies. And you choosing the jasmine, I kind of wanted to share with you guys what this essence help fosters, and then kind of red flags that show that you're out of balance and that you might need this. Because you chose it, it might be relevant or bring further messages for your reading. So jasmine is used when you're feeling in need of balance, to feel both soft and strong in the same moment. If you're in need of maternal protection, if you feel ugly or hateful towards yourself, and if you feel enraged, it softens feelings of anger and judgment, and it fosters connection to the angelic realm and source energy. It brings healthy, balanced mother-daughter and female-sister relationships. It fosters unconditional love for self, respect, and love for self, for not only yourself but others. And it helps curb the need to stop seeking outside of yourself for answers. So just thought that I would share the beautiful vibrational medicine that the jasmine flower essence have for us. Maybe you resonated with it because jasmine has something to teach you or to help heal with you. And if you're interested in working with flower essences, I have a link down below to my Etsy shop where I have them, but no pressure. Just thought I'd plug that I have that available if it resonates with you. Now let's get into your reading. So first we're going to start off with what you should focus on. So your points of focus, and we're going to look at the Beyond Lumeria and the Tarot of the Divine. So for the Tarot of the Divine, we have the Hanged Man, the Page of Wands in reverse, the Four of Coins, and Death. And from the Beyond Lumeria deck, we have number 52, the Violet Flame, number 1, Earth Star Chakra, 49, the Infinite, 42, Reclaim Your Energy, and number 2, Root Chakra, Ground and Center. So, when I was laying out your cards, there's like a big message for you to focus on healing yourself, especially with number 42, Reclaim Your Energy, and the Violet Flame. This is a big message of doing self-healing, of having Reiki done, of calling your energy back to you, like when you lay down at night or throughout the day. If things are hectic and chaotic and you feel ungrounded, there's a lot of messages here for you too. There's also one to like ground yourself daily, to put your bare feet on the earth, rub your toes in the dirt, maybe pick some flowers, get some fresh air. And if you feel scattered and you feel like you're in multiple places at once, or your energy's like, I'm working on this, but I gotta do this, and this is half finished, and I gotta switch the laundry and then I gotta fold it, but one of those days where everything's kind of jumbled and all over the place, Spirit wants you to take a deep breath, to ground yourself, and to say the words like, I call my energy back to me throughout all areas of space and time. I call all my energy back to me in this moment now. And I think that will really ground and center you. There's also a message coming through about using your own hands to heal yourself, and to heal yourself with the power of the Violet Flame. There's I'll probably link down below. There's a lot of free healing transmissions that are available on YouTube for the Violet Flame. I'll link my favorite one down below because I do use it. Just for self-healing, to recognize that you have the power to heal yourself, that you are a beautiful, dynamic, cosmic healing being, and to know that you're powerful and you're able to transmute lower and negative energies, and to trust in your ability to heal yourself, to alchemize what needs to be alchemized within you, and that you are strong and able and wise to transform yourself. There's a message here for you to know that you are powerful enough, you are strong enough, and you are capable, and that all that you seek, all that your soul craves is within you. What your heart longs for, if your spirit is unrest, it is all within you. There's a big message for you to focus on the power that you hold within yourself. I also have a video talking about self-healing techniques that if you want, I think that would benefit you, using different types of color to heal and cleanse your body, your spirit, and your auric field. So check that out if you want, if it resonates. But yeah, they're really wanting you to also know that you have a beautiful power within you to create the life that you desire. You have the power of creation within you, and for you to tap into that, there's some healing that needs to be done, that needs to be shed away, because I feel that your guides are saying the point at which you create matters a lot. You want to be in a good emotional state, a spiritual state, energetic state, because where you are mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, what you create, that's going to have a huge effect on it that will either be of detriment or that will be of just beauty and make it grandiose and even more amazing and beautiful than you could have ever imagined. So I feel like you're on the precipice of like really going through a major transformation and really on the precipice of manifesting and creating great things for your life. But your spirit guides really want you to get grounded and get your energy right, get your thought and your mind right. Really focus on your mind, on your third eye of like being at the seat of your awareness, and to get a higher perspective of where your thoughts and feelings are coming from and how that influences the actions that you take or where you focus your energy on. I feel like there's a lot of momentum and energy around you, and now is a very critical and crucial time for you to have major awareness, and to get it right in your mind. What is it that you want to create? What do you want to go after? What kind of life do you want to live? We have the Hangman here, and this Violet Flame card is really it's just really sucking me in. I'm really focused on this eye. There's a lot of there's one eye in the Violet Flame, and then one in the card above it, Liberation, and then there's one in the Earth Star Chakra. So there's like a great there's a great need for you to, and even in the Four of Coins with this condor just has one eye and it just looks like it's in the center of its head, to really move your energy up into your third eye and to really get clear, on where you're going. Now more than ever, I feel your spirit guides want you to meditate and connect within yourself. Not look outside of yourself for answers. Not ask your spirit guides, what do I do? What direction am I supposed to go into? But no, fall into yourself, into your heart, into like your spirit, to the core of your being, and ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want to focus on? What do I want out of life? What do I want to express? What do I want to create? Earth Star Chakra, why am I here? What do I have to bring and offer the world? Ground and center yourself in that. Heal everything else that is keeping you chained down from going in that direction, and free yourself. There's like wings here. There's freedom. There's spirals. There's space. There's expansion. It's here for you. Get into alignment. And know your core being. Make that stable, unshakable foundation within yourself. Know who you are. Know what you want. Claim that. Claim yourself. Claim your life. Call your energy back to you. Feel powerful. Feel strong. Feel creative. Know that you are worthy. Love yourself enough to know that you're worthy to live the life that you want, that you ache for, and transform. You know, because spirit guides and the divine isn't going to tell you what to do. You have free will, right? You can do whatever you want to do. We just deal with the consequences, right? Once you know what you want, then you can ask for the energetic support to ask God, help me release this. Let me just give this to you. Spirit guides, I ask for your assistance. This is what I want. Show me the path forward, the next steps. This is what I want, and tap into, okay, now I'm going to manifest this, and ask for your energetic support there. Then first, know what you want, know who you are, know what lights you up, know what your heart wants, know what your spirit wants to emanate and radiate out into the world. And then ask for the guidance. Otherwise, your spirit guides would be, conducting your life for you. Then that wouldn't be free will, and that's not what it is to be human. Right? To be human, we're gonna mess up, we're gonna fuck up, we're gonna make the wrong choices, we're gonna try a bunch of different things, we're gonna be excited about one thing, and then, we'll fall off of it, and then 3 years later we're into something else and pursuing something else. Don't be afraid to dabble and to try new things and to figure yourself out, and to figure life out, and how you want to show up in the world. It's okay. There's a huge thing about just being free, opening your heart to yourself, healing. Now's the time to strengthen your intuition, clear your aura, protect your auric field, strengthen it, remove any trauma or fear that's stuck in your auric field, and to really just elevate to a higher vibration, to always ground and balance yourselves, or make the time for that, prioritize that. Okay, so I think that it's time to move on from that. I feel like I'm repeating myself. So now we're going to move on to tools to help assist you. And for that, we're going to look at the Oracle of the Angels and the Divine Abundance deck. And you have number 20, Light, number 34, Liberation, number 43, Ascension, number 44, Believe in Dreams. And you have self-love, grief, gratitude, humility, and worth. So these are beautiful cards. I've kind of been speaking about them. The liberation, kind of self-explanatory. We've kind of been talking about that. I feel like the Light card and the Worth card is really drawing me in. So I'm going to read. The Worth card says, you have been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. I'll read that again. You have been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. So I feel like you guys need to hear that you don't need to change yourself for anyone to be able to accept love. And know that your spirit guides and the divine love you already so much, just as you are. And that's a huge thing. You're worthy of love for just existing. You exist, you're alive, you are loved, you are love. Beautiful. The Light card is, the Light card's always so hopeful to me. And then it's funny because this is a fire, and then the violet flame is right above it, the card. I feel like maybe having a fire ceremony in a safe setting, of course, would be beneficial to you. To let go. We have number 42, the letting go card here. To let go of whatever weighs heavy on you, to free yourself. I love to use fire to let go, to cleanse. It's so cleansing. maybe doing a fire ceremony, writing down, all that it is you want to let go of, and then throw it in the flame. Let's see. Yeah, there's a huge need to let go and just have faith. To let go of the old and then to just bring in beautiful healing energy. I feel like your guides are so around you right now. They're close. They're really close. I see like hummingbirds, butterflies, dragonflies, and feathers are just huge indicators that your spirit guides are near. So the humility card says, allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. So I feel like that's just a big message about opening up to that connection with your guides, asking for assistance. Really, I feel like it's time to like strengthen your psychic connection, your psychic maybe you've gone in a direction where like you haven't meditated in a couple days, or not days, I'm sorry, like weeks or months, or something in life kind of took you away from that now it's time to like get back in sync with your intuition, with your inner knowing, with your inner wisdom. You guys are very wise and intuitive. I can see we have the owl here, which is always like super psychic and intuitive in my interpretation. And we also have the Buddha in the background, which again, you guys may be Buddhist or like Buddhist practice or very into meditation. I feel like you guys are very spiritual people. You might just like, I don't know if something happened recently that kind of pulled you out of the funk, and maybe you had some tower moments that kind of made you feel unstable. But yeah, I feel like your guides are so supportive and around you right now. It's a big thing about just going out in nature too. Going out in nature, taking time to smell the flowers, notice the signs and the synchronicities too when you go out. When we connect with nature, that is when spirit can give us beautiful signs, and our guides can kind of communicate with us in this fun, really lighthearted and magical way. So I feel like going out in nature is really gonna be a good tool for you guys to go out on a walk and just speak out loud and see what little goodies or synchronicities or animals. Pay attention to the animals that you see, or what flowers are around, and look into the meaning, the spiritual meaning of certain herbs, certain flowers, certain animals and insects. And I feel like they're going to be beautiful messages for you that it will really make you feel more in tune and in sync with the divine. And then we have grief. It says, tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. So beautiful. Tears are what happen when the ice in the heart melts. That pulls me back to the Four of Coins, where there's like something in the heart about not feeling like you have enough love. But with the Worth card, it's like you are love itself. And to break down that wall, those walls and those barriers around your heart, or that you've built around yourself. And we have self-love right here, and it says, let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. This is so beautiful. Yes. And then we have gratitude. It says, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So it seems like the tools that are going to help assist you on, focusing on what your guides want you to focus on is like filling yourself with gratitude, being grateful for the sunrise and the sunset, for the smell of the sweet flowers, for the beautiful animals that they send to you to give you little messages of hope and inspiration, of really letting the walls fall down, walls that you've built around yourself that connect you with your inner child, with those vulnerable parts of yourself. Let your tears fall so you can be free. Water wants to be not ice. Well, water is so versatile. It could be anything, But when we make barriers, let it be fluid, move. There's a lot of movement that wants to happen, I feel like, within you and in your life. And just knowing and reaffirming that you are worthy, that you haven't had to change anything about yourself. If you didn't change anything about yourself right now, you would still be loved exactly how you are. If you're sitting on the couch in your PJs, crying, sad, emotional mess, you are still loved. There's nothing about you that needs to be worthy of it. You have it. You are it. You deserve it. And to follow the light, follow the sun, follow what's going to make you feel light, what's going to help raise your vibration, right? We have light, liberation, and ascension. Follow that, what's going to elevate you. Because I feel like so much light, and goodness wants to come out of you. It's just knowing that you are enough and you have enough. And to break down those barriers, and it's totally okay to cry. You are allowed to cry. You don't need to hold it in or try to be strong for anybody except yourself. And sometimes the greatest strength is acknowledging your emotional state and allowing those tears and those emotions to be released, right? Because we can't move forward if our heart is full of pain. Okay, we can't create the life that we want and be that beautiful co-creator energy with spirit if we're still holding on to so much pain, if we're still in so much fear, if we're still not thinking that we're worthy enough, or if that we're not good enough. To just cry about what you need to cry about, grieve what you need to grieve. Give yourself that time and space with the Hanged Man right here, We take this time out to let go of what we need to let go of right now, and to come into realization of who we are and what we want and where we're headed. And then ask for assistance, for clarity, for the divine to step in, and they will, absolutely. You are so surrounded by love and encouraging energy. It's beautiful. I'm being called to move on now. So now we're going to move into just the closing messages that your guides have for you. And for that, we're looking at the Dreams of Gaia deck. So you have the 7 of Fire, the 10 of Fire in reverse, the Queen of Water, Thought in reverse, Union upright, and Self in reverse. So all these cards are really just driving home this big message of needing to look within yourself. To look within yourself for answers, for looking within yourself and knowing, is this what I want because it's coming from within me? Or is this what I want because it's an expectation that others have? Is it what other people expect of me or want from me? Or is this genuinely coming from the seat of my soul that I want? The Seven of Wands here is you're very intuitive and psychic with these cats. And with the serpent here, there's an ascension that wants to come through. There's a lot about the chakras and alignment, and a message about like the Kundalini energy rising. But I feel like a major point that your spirit guides want you to know is like to just look within yourself. The Hanged Man. And the jasmine flower essence helps with that too, like curbing the need to seek outside of yourself for answers. To come into union with yourself. We have the Union card. And there's a message here that, we do need other people, and we need a connections that is so important. We're part of a collective, we're part of a collective consciousness. We all are one. But in this human experience, we are individuals. And to just march to the beat of your own drum. Now is the time to do that. And to maybe look at, is there some unconventional way that you need to live your life? That other people may not think it's right for you, or may not want those things for you. But to know, like, do I want this for myself? And to work towards it, right? The Ten of Wands in reverse. This is about mastering yourself. I know it's different in other decks, but in this deck, this card is about self-mastery and knowing yourself, and taking an unconventional route, and not being held to other people's expectations of you. To knowing and listening to your own inner compass. And we have the Queen of Water here. And this is further, pushing like being in tune with your emotions and your emotional state, right? Being intuitive, being loving, being compassionate, super healing energy. This is pulling me back into the self-love, the worth, and the grief card, right? And also gratitude, filling yourself with gratitude for where you are, what you have to offer, who you are. Gratitude for being so loved by Spirit. Gratitude for being alive and having the opportunity to create and live a life based from your heart and your soul. Now is the time to think for yourself and to live for yourself. And speaking of that, thinking for yourself, we have the Thought card in reverse. And this card, when it's reversed, it really speaks about questioning your negative and critical mind. When those thoughts come up, and ask yourself, why are you thinking these thoughts? Why is this chatter going on? What created it? And to ask yourself, are these thoughts valid? Do they have substance to them? Is there anything backing them? So it's just time to really look within yourself and to know why you're having these thoughts, right? Is this a limiting belief from my past? Did my parents instill this in me? Is this just what society thinks of me? So this is what I think, and now I have these expectations of myself, or I think that I need to fulfill these certain things in this certain order in order to be a valid human being, in order to be responsible, or, to be a true grown adult, or whatever, And to look within yourself and ask yourself, where are these thoughts coming from? Why am I having them? Do they serve me? And more importantly, are they coming from within yourself? Is it your inner guidance really speaking to you? Or is it just mind chatter based on the programs that you've had, from other people? Is it your voice, or is it the voice of the masses? Or is it the voice of the others? Is it the voice of your parents and past generations? Or is it the voice of society? And then lastly, we have the Union card. And I'm glad that this is coming up upright, because this card really represents like the journey of manifesting self-discovery. And from your reading so far, this card really hits home. It's like where we question ourselves, right? Like, who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? This is going to put you on the path to being whole within yourself, to being in unity with yourself, to have complete self-acceptance, and to be in harmony with yourself and where you fit into the world. Getting into alignment from within. This is a beautiful card for you guys. This is so healing. And I feel like this really just speaks on like your whole reading. With the Hanged Man, right? This card and the Hanged Man, like from the beginning to the ending right now. Now is a time for self-discovery, for unity, and from wholeness within. And yeah, I think that's all that I'm getting for you guys. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to keep talking in circles, and I don't want to be preachy or anything like that. But this was a beautiful reading, you guys. I hope that it served you. I hope that you gain some insights or some confirmation, or just some healing messages from your spiritual team, from your spirit guides. I'm going to end it here. If you're interested in the flower essence, the link for that is down below. Just know that you're worthy, you are loved. Just remember to keep gratitude in your heart, to keep loving yourself, to uncover your beautiful and complex self, to overcome fear, and to just find your beautiful inner strength, your inner wisdom. And I hope you have a beautiful journey of discovering yourself. I'll catch you guys in the next reading. Happy healing. I love you guys. Hello, those of you who picked pile number 3 or this beautiful white monkey flower essence. Welcome to your reading about what your guides want you to focus on. Before we get right into your reading, I did just want to speak about the white monkey flower essence and what it is used for, because it may be calling out to you energetically and vibrationally since you picked it, or it may have a message for your reading. So white monkey flower is all about clearing out the fear. It specifically clears out fear from your heart, and it clears out blockages that keep you from realizing and manifesting the desires of your heart. It can also stimulate purging or tears. It kind of melts the ice around the heart, if that makes sense, or any blockages or walls built up by fear. It helps you come to peace and just come home to your heart and to the center of yourself. And it allows you to be free from fear, and to really break free out of these self-limiting cages that we put ourselves in. So this is essence all about breaking free, conquering fear, and connecting more with your heart, and with your aspirations, and with the center of your being. So if that speaks to you on an energetic level, if you'd like to work with white monkey flower, I do have it available in my Etsy shop, and I'll leave a link down for that below. But Now that we have that out of the way, let's look into your reading. Alright, my lovely pile number 3s, let's first look at your points of focus, or what you should focus on. We're going to be looking at the Beyond Lumeria deck and Tarot of the Divine. So for the Tarot, we have the Queen of Wands, the Six of Coins, the Star, the Page of Coins in reverse. And for the Lumeria cards, we have number 47, Stepping Through, number 16, Loving Compassion, number 48, Surrender, and number 5, Heart Chakra, Unfurling Back to Love. I'm so sorry, I can speak. Just looking at this, the tarot spread, I'm really getting the sense that your spirit guides want you to focus on kindness and generosity right now. To show up and, give and share what you can with who's around you and what's available to you, to collaborate with other people maybe, or to just be generous and kind. And even if you don't have much to your name, to just find that sense of compassion and kindness within yourself. I'm really kind of feeling that people may need you, or you have something that you can offer other people that would really just benefit the whole. I'm also getting a message here that your spirit guides want you to focus on, with the Queen of Wands, creativity and finding passion and joy, and bringing life and fire to your life. There's a volcano in the background. Volcanoes can often breed destruction, but they can also bring just beautiful life. And there's so much like fruit here. There's so much flowers and beauty. There's something beautiful within you that wishes to flourish and come through. And there's a sense of there's a big part of you that craves stability, but also creation and passion, and I feel like that needs to be nurtured right now, to not keep it inside. Maybe like the Six of Coins is coming through, like you need to share this creative potential, this creative passion that you have within yourself. And with the Star card, it's like to have hope and faith and belief in yourself and in whatever this passion is of yours, whatever these gifts and talents that you harbor, because you are talented. Otherwise, the Queen of Wands would not be showing up in your reading. So you have some sort of creative potential that's like just wanting to explode, and just to be seen, and something that you can give to the world that would benefit people, even if it's something small, to have faith and to just go for it. Excuse me. With the Page of Coins in reverse next to the Star card, maybe these goals that you've had for yourself in the past haven't really come full circle, or maybe some sort of tower moment has happened, right? Because a star comes after a tower moment, and maybe you're in a spot where you feel a little bit hopeless, or like you don't have much stable ground, or maybe you feel pretty lonely at this time. You feel like there's not a lot to lean back on or fall back on, but I feel like your spirit guides are telling you to just remain hopeful, and just keep your chin up. Just keep your eyes to the light and the beauty in your life. I feel like just surrendering to the divine right now, and to be okay if things are out of your control, or if certain things have been shaken up. to just remain hopeful and kind and compassionate, and to just keep on nurturing this your passions and your creativity within you. With the Page of Wands in reverse, I feel like now's not the time to set like huge and major like life-shifting goals right now. I feel like this is a time to really cultivate inner strength, to cultivate your intuition, to cultivate like a stronger connection with the divine, your intuition and your inner compass and your inner knowing. We have surrender, loving compassion in the heart chakra. I feel like there's just a huge message of, we actually have surrender twice in your reading, but I'll get to that later. But there's a message of just kindness and generosity and opening up your heart. Maybe you've in the past been pushing towards goals, but it had been like stifling your flame. With the Queen of Wands here, maybe it's been hard for you to get your fire lit, or to maintain your inner fire, your inner flame, that which gives you like energy and motivation and that sense to create, and that sense of lightness and joy. Maybe that has been kind of hard for you to maybe that's been a difficult energy for you to maintain or to step into. But I'm really feeling the sense that that is a direction your spirit guides want you to go to, with stepping through right above the Queen of Wands, is really stepping through into your potential and your power as the creator of your reality, and as a creator in and of itself. I always like to think that everyone is an artist, because we can go and create the life that we want based on our interests, based on our passions, based on, what we want out of life. We can choose to listen to ourselves, or we can choose to listen to other people. And I feel like there's a message that you've been denying, like this creative expression, or you truly creating and expressing yourself through living the life that you really want to. And maybe that's closed off your heart a bit. It's maybe you've been dealing with some energetic blocks that you need to clear and to move through. But this volcano here is like when you really put your attention and your intention into this, that I feel like it's just gonna pop off and just explode, and brilliant and great things are gonna happen. And with the Six of Coins right next to it, I see this mountain in the background, and I feel like it's gonna breed a lot of stability. But to not close, sorry, my cat just showed up. Hi, Cedar. Don't lay on the cards, babe. Thank you. Sorry. I feel like it's going to bring a lot of stability, bring you a lot of growth, bring you not only stability in like a monetary sense, or but I feel like greater stability within knowing yourself, and just like a greater presence with yourself, if that makes sense. Like you show up in life knowing who you are, and just having this confidence, this it's just this brilliant presence of just strength and like faith in yourself, with the Star card right next to the Six of Coins. Stepping through this card is really speaking to me right now. And it, with the Queen of Wands, it gives me this similar energy that to tap into your root excuse me, your root chakra and your sacral chakra, like this creative sexual energy really wants to come through and pour out. I feel like you have something expansive and sweet and yummy and delicious within yourself that really wants to be expressed and be seen. Maybe it's something shy. Maybe it's something something that has to do with your heart as well. There's this beautiful geometric just shape right above her heart, and then just beautiful flowers and bubbles, and I feel like you're being really called to tap into like your sexual energy, your creative flow, maybe gaining confidence with your body, with your sexuality, with who you are. And right, because our body is a beautiful sacred temple that houses our spirit, and our body is something beautiful and spiritual to be loved and nurtured and adored. And there's like a sense of loving yourself and loving your body and loving your innate ability to create and to really step into this beautiful, I don't want to get too weird, but like sexy feminine energy, to really feel that, pile number 3, you need to feel sexy. You need to feel powerful and sit in this creative sexual energy. I feel like is really gonna help you, and not in like a gross way, or like, I'm not asking you to be a hoe, pile number 3, or anything like that, but I feel like just getting in tune with your body and your sexuality is really gonna help you have this confidence and tap into, what is within you that wants to be felt deeply and wants to be expressed, right? Because our sexual organs are beautiful. They're temples. They're like tools from the divine to create life. Portals for new souls to come onto earth. You don't always have to birth, or if you're a male, or give your seed, or give that creative force into, just making another human being. But it could also be a business, a creative idea, or venture, or I think you get what I'm trying to say is you can breed and birth something using that energy that isn't just a human being, but something that you can bring forth for the world, that you can share with other people, that will harbor love and compassion and faith and hope. This is really, really cool energy, actually. I'll wait a second on that one, but no, actually, this wants to be said now. So I'm now I'm gonna go back and forth. I feel like what you should focus on wants to be read with the tools that are gonna help assist you. So what's gonna help assist in this is gonna be, we have energetic clearing. Maybe there's some fear around your sexuality, or maybe even some trauma that has been done to you, and I am so sorry if that is the case. My heart really does go out to you if you have had any sexual trauma or any bad traumatic experience done to you regarding your sexuality. But I feel like now is a time to heal this, to clear out the blockages, to know that you are protected. We have Kali in this card, and I feel like there's this huge message for you to know that you are protected, and that all you need to do is call on the divine for protection, for, clearing the path, clearing the way, protecting yourself from your enemies or people that want to do harm onto you. There's like this great gnarly feminine force that's just like You are protected. Nothing bad is going to happen to you from this point forward ever again. It's time to let the old die, and just birth something beautiful and new and creative. To let go of fear and any attachments to the past, or any negative energies associated with this part of yourself, to just release attachment. Stop telling yourself like this story, something bad has happened to you. This isn't for everyone, but if something bad has happened to you, you don't always need to be stuck in that energy of like that you are tied down or held back, or that you are helpless in any way, but that you can do some inner alchemy and inner transformation and really blossom and bloom out of it, out of the shitty situation, out of that dark past, and just really flourish and bloom to the surface and prove everyone wrong, and prove even a part of yourself wrong that says that you are tied down to being a victim, but really blossom and take hold of your life and say, I regain my power over my body, over my sexuality, over my life, and I create the life that I want, but not through any harsh or evil or stepping on people, or living a life based out of hate or hardness over your heart because of your past, but one of forgiving, of compassion, of love, of surrendering to spirit, to the divine, and knowing that I may not always understand why things happen, why things fall apart, why things feel like a part of myself is dying or being ripped away, but I surrender to the transformation and the growth that is possible out of this. There's just a huge theme of like just spiraling back to the heart, to love, and from moving through your life from a space of love, to not let the past have hardened you or made you bitter or angry or want harsh things done onto anybody, but that you can rise above and really just be this beautiful. There's a lot of imagery of like, let's see what animals we have. We have a ton of butterflies. We just have hearts all throughout your reading, which is really beautiful, which is just saying love is the path. Love and compassion is the way forward. And to really just let go and surrender the need to like control, which I know is so hard. I have struggled with that for I still struggle with it. We constantly have to remind ourselves like, I cannot control everything, and it's not my job to. Could you imagine having to be, in control and responsible for everything? It is such a headache, and do yourself the favor and just let that expectation go. Don't hold yourself to that standard. To just allow yourself to be carried by the divine, and it's okay to ask for spiritual help. That's why we have a spiritual team. Spirit doesn't just drop us on earth and be like, all right, peace out, you got this. We're not alone. You're never alone. Even if you feel like you can't trust anybody in the physical, you always have your spiritual team that you can lean on, and they will catch you if you fall. If you cry, they will hear you, they will listen, they will comfort you. I'm feeling just like set yourself free, set your heart free. Don't be burdened. Don't one of my teachers always tells me, like, don't hold it in your heart. If there's any heaviness or pain, don't hold it in your heart, love. Your heart is too precious. It's too precious of a place to harbor any pain. and your womb space as well. I'm gonna get a little weird for a second because this is something I was just diving into last week, which is if you are a feminine, if you have a vagina, sorry, I have to say it like that. I know many people, you can identify however you want, but if you have a physical vagina, whether you identify as masculine or feminine, that we can harbor a lot of pain in our sacral area, in our physical womb space itself. And there's a yoni massage, or that you can do, or you should research that if that's something that you're interested in, like a tantric yoni massage. You can do this on yourself if you have no one that you can trust, which I totally and completely 100% understand. But if you are a feminine and that's something that resonates, a yoni massage is something that they do in tantra, which isn't always like about sex and having sex with other people, but it's really about like healing and diving into like the fullest experience of life itself. And massage is so therapeutic and healing. Our body carries stress, anxiety, and trauma. You know, when you're stressed out, you get a neck pain, or your shoulders are sore, or your back hurts, or for women, we carry a lot of pain and hurt and trauma in this area. It can be ours, it can be ancestral trauma, but we carry it in the womb space. And going through or experiencing yoni massage can not only open you up to your body and your sexuality and getting in tune with your beautiful, sexy, feminine self, but it can also, you can release blockages, you can release tension. You may notice that you're holding on to pain, and you have tension or stress in your womb space. I can feel it. Not for all of you, but for some of you. And that going through that experience with yourself, if it interests you, could really help you release and let go. It could, yeah, and you can get from that whatever it is that you choose to, but that message is not for everyone. I'm sorry if that was too weird. But yeah, I just feel like that would be a beautiful way for you to release and let go and gain a certain confidence and knowledge and just exploration of yourself, and that you're not dirty or gross or tainted. But you are beautiful, and your womb space is a sacred space that souls travel through to live life on earth. That it's a gateway and a doorway from the divine to the earthly realm, and there is nothing more sacred and beautiful, and that it's time to honor that part of your body, to regain power over your body, and to open your heart to that part of you, because it is a part of you, a beautiful part of you, you know. Okay, that being said, I apologize again if you know, that was too weird or too gross. I'm sorry. I'll let it go now. Okay, so I'm going back to tools to help assist you. So we have like the energetic clearing, but now I'm gonna read on this surrender card. So I want to read to you the surrender card. It says, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest, to stop trying to control the whole universe. And then you also have change. These are tools to help assist you on your points of focus that your spirit guides want you to focus on. And then we have change. It says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. And then energetic clearing. It says, during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. This is beautiful. So this even further backs the number 48 card, surrender. There's a lot of like surrendering and getting out of your own way. And, you know, the ego isn't always bad. You know, the ego can teach us where we need healing. I think the Buddha once said, you know, when the ego comes knocking, he invites him in for tea. So there's a lot we can learn from the ego. So if you find things coming up, it's like, tune into it. See where the blockages are within yourself, and then actively work to surrendering them and letting them go. There's a huge theme about control in these cards, and that I was picking up with the tarot and the Lumeria cards as well. That is just further being enforced right here, where it's like, if you let go of your need to control, you will evolve. If you've let go of fear and attachments to the past, or attachments to old belief systems or ways of thinking that keep you in fear, that keep you, held back from achieving, you know, oneness with your higher self, and from birthing forward whatever it is that wants to be birthed from you. It's gonna be a beautiful expansion, I feel. And we have the tiger here, and it's so funny. This is a timeless reading, but we just entered into a new, I think, the Chinese lunar cycle, and I think that's what it is, but it's the year of the tiger now, the water tiger, and it's all about, you know, going after, you know, the life that you want, going after, and realizing, you know, what it is you want from life, and just going for it. And I feel like this huge creativity wants to come forth, but I feel like you're afraid. You're afraid of being rejected by other people, possibly, or have this rejection that what you have to offer isn't good enough, or beautiful enough, or that it won't be appreciated. But you know, we can't be afraid. We have to, you know, move regardless of the fear. I don't know if you guys were attracted to pile number 2 as well, but there's some similarities. We need to allow that piece of ourselves to be able to come forward and to be free, and to surrender to the plan of the divine. And sometimes that means like just getting out of our own way. I feel like there may be some changes that you're either going through or that you're going to go through. And I feel like your spirit guides are really just trying to tell you, you know, to just cleanse and clear yourself energetically, and to surrender to the changes, and to just be loving and compassionate, and keep coming back to your heart space if you feel yourself going off into, you know, the need to control. I think that that's like a root chakra imbalance. There's a lot of red in your reading. Maybe, you know, you need some stability, and maybe that stability could just be like this pillar of light just coming into your heart, like from your root center up to your heart. And just whenever you feel your balance shaking, or that you're going off into, trying to grasp at something you can control or take hold of, because your ego is just trying to protect us. It's always just trying to protect us. But to just come back and anchor in your heart and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna surrender from my heart space. I'm just gonna sit in my heart and just allow. And then the other cards that we have from the Oracle of the Angels for tools that are going to help assist you are 31, receptivity; number 5, releasing; number 32, moving towards the light; and number 10, higher thought. So the higher thought is pulling me in, and I feel like when that fear or that need to control comes in, it's just like elevating your mind to knowing that the universe, source, that something greater has the reins, and that's okay. Just elevating your thought to be like, this, even if I can't fully understand it now, the universe has my back. This is happening for my greatest growth, and for my greatest good. And no, I know it's hard, but just keep coming back to that and just anchor yourself to your heart. Be like, I'm gonna choose to believe that spirit, God, the creator, whatever you want to call it, has my best and greatest intention for my life. And even if I can't see it now, I'm gonna surrender to the bigger picture. I apologize, pile number 3. My son woke up from his nap and I had to be pulled away and tend to him. But I'm being very called now to the change card. And as I said before, there's a beautiful tiger. And if you're watching this in 2022, we did just enter this, like I said before, the year of the tiger, the water tiger. And I feel like your guides are telling you that now is a time to have strength, to have wisdom. And sometimes we think strength is like fighting and persevering, but in this sense, the change card, again, I'll read it to you. It says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. I feel like with this change card and the tiger depiction, it's like the true strength that that your guides want you to show and embody at this time, what's gonna help you most, is to surrender, is to let go, is to just allow new growth, to have hope and faith when the road ahead doesn't seem so clear or paved, to be flexible, to be willing to grow and change in different directions, to not necessarily have such a narrow-minded goal or view or path set out for your life, because I feel like you're going through such transformation that you will have evolved into a different person and have different interests, you'll just be going in a completely different direction than you ever thought. But with the moving towards a light card, I feel like this is gonna be a positive direction. This is gonna bring in fulfillment that you didn't know you wanted. And it will open your eyes to something greater that you never realized. or that you never thought was a path that you could walk or go down. So your guides are saying that, change is on the horizon and change is going to move in all around you, and to just surrender to it, to not fight, because it's so easy to fight. People think, like I said before, that strength is fighting and being, hard-headed and just going and going and going, right? Like beating your head against a brick wall, saying, I'm gonna bring this down all on my own, when, there's a need to be fluid and to be changing, to be like water. I guess I know it sounds cheesy. But yeah, to just find another way. And that it takes so much strength to surrender, to let go, to acknowledge something about your situation that isn't working for you, to acknowledge something within yourself that isn't working for you, i.e. like negative thoughts, or just having some self-reflection, or reflecting on your outer circumstances and saying, this isn't serving my highest good. And it takes courage, and it takes strength, and it takes a mass amount of faith and hope that I'm going to go in this direction, because for one reason or another, it is going to help me evolve. It's going to shift my reality, shift my life to one of greater peace and freedom and inner standing and inner power. And I feel like the path to your power, the path to the life of your dreams, the path to connecting with your heart is to let go. And that is the hardest thing to do. We have surrender twice, and then we have number 5, the releasing card. It's like there's heaviness in your heart. And when I stepped away and now I come back to your cards, I just realized that your reading is very much like Moana vibes. Like Tafiti, right? She lost her heart, it was stolen from her, something was taken from you. And even though, who you are has become of chaotic or destructive or disempowering events have happened to you, doesn't mean that you yourself are like a lava throwing, vomiting monster. There's like a message here to know that that's not who you are. What happened to you is not who you are. And that you can get your heart back. That you gotta let go. You gotta release the heaviness. What did I say before? Don't hold it all in your heart. Don't let the world or those people or those circumstances rob you of your compassion, of your kindness, of your generosity, of your love, of that lightness of being that is the core of who you are. To step through onto a healing within yourself, deep within yourself. And it's okay to ask for assistance. But your life is about to change for the better if you take the active steps into this healing, to this letting go. We have the receptivity card, 31, and just usher in that divinity, that connection you have with the divine. You guys are very spiritually in tune people, but maybe your connection has been severed because of whatever has happened to you, or whatever it is that you've gone through. There's so much force behind you that could just assist you, that'll help you just blossom And if you're receptive to this healing, to this flow of cosmic energy, it's cosmic. We have all these planets. We have Jupiter, we have Saturn, we have the moon, we have Venus, we have Neptune, we have Uranus. Like, there's all of these mighty and strong and powerful forces that are just backing you. And if you're open to it, it can help you release and let go and shift towards this change and go towards a brighter future. Now, have a more positive outlook on life and about yourself and about where you're headed and going, and just surrendering this need or this default to control, just letting it go and know, like, I am protected. You are so protected. We have Kali here. There's a divine plan that wishes to unfold for you. You know, are you willing to make the changes to let that unfurl and unravel and just become a reality in your life? Because you're being called to go on a journey of like immense heart opening and healing, and that means forgiving people that maybe you don't want to forgive or that you don't think are worthy of being forgiven. But Spirit is asking you to step through anyway, to go through that process, to surrender, to let go, and to regain that beautiful light and power of your heart. You're being asked to not let anything hold you back, and to just trust and go down this road that you've never gone down before. This is like, there's a threshold here with the stepping through card, the 47. You're being asked to just step through a new paradigm, which can be scary. You know, it can feel unfamiliar and you may not know if that's the right direction to go, but just trust. Trust your inner knowing and your intuition. And then things will open up that you never thought could. You know, this is about being in flow and being caught by the universe, being caught by the divine. To take a path, like, there's no resistance here. Maybe you guys resist a lot, you know, but there's like a strength to, a quiet strength of just letting go, fully surrendering to the divine, and allow who you truly are to come forward and flourish. And this comes from your heart and your crown. That's like the pillar of who you are, is your divine connection and what dwells within your heart. And there's a call and a need with number 5 heart chakra to come back to it. You know, and with forgiving too, because for me the heart chakra is about unconditional love, loving yourself, loving others, kindness, generosity. But to forgive, there's like a need to accept, to like surrendering and accepting and letting go and allowing. There's beautiful power there that I don't think society really gives it the credit that it needs and that it deserves. And it's just life-changing if you allow it to happen, if you're open to it. And you'll know if it's right for you, though. There'll be an inner calling, just an inner knowing, even if it's something you don't want to do. It's like, stop resisting, just go in the direction of your healing, you know. But don't take my word for it, you know. Speak to your inner being, to your inner self, and let that guide you always. No matter what anybody tells you, it's ultimately up to you. You have free will. And you have that choice. So make sure when you make the choice and the decisions and the direction and where you choose to put your time, your energy, your attention, whether that be into healing or yourself or going after your ambitions, your goals, your dreams, make sure you're doing it for you. Make sure you're forgiving other people to set yourself free. Whether they deserve forgiveness or not, we're all souls just going through growth and evolution and learning, right? I always say we're just children of God, whether you believe in God or not. I do, and that's how I see it. We're all just children, and we're here to learn and grow and evolve. And we need to have some grace for ourselves. And when we can have grace, acceptance, and forgiveness for ourselves, then we can extend that out to other people. But forgive to set yourself free so that you're not poisoning yourself and your heart with hate, with ill intention, because that doesn't belong within you or inside of you. You're better than that. You are a loving, beautiful, compassionate person, and you're here to experience the love of the divine and show other people what that looks like. And that takes great strength. All right. I feel like I keep talking in circles. I think it's time to move on. There's a message, of just setting yourself free. Letting your heart become light as a feather. I feel like this, whatever you need to forgive, I feel like it goes down like this spiral of just me. If you believe in lifetimes, I feel like it's just lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, just needing to forgive and learn that lesson of the ultimate loving compassion, but setting yourself free. It's for you, not for anybody else. It's for you to set your soul free and to regain your lightness of being and to regain your freedom. It's when we're angry, when we're hurt and we hold on to it, it's just a chain that binds us to that person, that situation, those people, those places, those things. And by extending compassion, and we don't have to fully understand why, but just having the capacity to forgive and to have compassion and to choose love. I've said it, I'll say it again, is great and vast strength and faith. But it's also just gonna set you free. Set yourself free, love. Set your heart free. Set your spirit and soul free. Don't let this rob you anymore from who you are and for you experiencing your true essence. All right? There's just a huge need of you're putting yourself in a prison, your heart in a prison. And you just want to ascend and be free and go towards the light and just better days and joy and happiness. I could feel it, you long for it. Just go in the direction of that. Break the chain. Let go, surrender, evolve, forgive. For you, though. For your freedom. Okay, let us move on to messages. This is just open messages from your spirit guides. And the cards we have for you are the Four of Air, the King of Fire, the Crone in reverse, the Counselor in reverse, the Two of Air, the Ten of Earth, the Father in reverse, and the Maiden. Okay, so we'll start with the Four of Air and the King of Fire. The Four of Air talks about, in this card, just being organized and making time, I guess, for that which is important to you. So I guess this card, or the message that your spirit guides are asking for you, is to like look around you. Is your room clean? How does that affect your mood? My dad always says cleanliness is close to godliness. you know, I, and now I come to understand that, like, at first when I was a kid, it was annoying. But now it's like, you know what? When my room is clean, when my environment is clean, when I know where everything is and everything has a place, it doesn't feel so chaotic, It doesn't feel so like, oh, where is this? I don't know where this is or that is, or I gotta dig through all this to get to this thing. And then you look around and everything's everywhere and the laundry's piled up and you got a random stack of whatever in the corner. And it's just like cleansing and clearing your space too. With the energetic clearing card right next to it. And with it next to the King of Fire, it's like, make time for your passions, make time for whatever it is that lights you up and excites you, whatever this Queen of Wands energy is, there's time. I guess your spirit guides just want you to know, like, there is time. There is more than enough time in the day to give to everything you want to do. You just have to schedule it. So I guess this is very like kind of Saturn energy, structure and schedule and having that balance, of, what, I am going to prioritize, doing energy healing on myself, or practicing music, or singing, or learning this instrument, or painting, or sculpting, or whatever it is that lights you up, or to work on this business idea, or to go towards this creative project. And the King of Fire is telling you, don't just have all these ideas, like, ground it, realize it, right? Because the King of Fire, he has inspiration, he's creative, but he makes things happen, right? He's the king, he's the masculine energy. Yeah. And to, like, be focused, I feel like it's like, be focused on your passions, prioritize them, make the time for them. Even if it's just 5 minutes every day, like, I'm gonna paint for 5 minutes every day, or I'm gonna play this instrument for 5 minutes a day, or I'm gonna devote 5 to 10 minutes of my time to work on this because it's important to me, because it brings me joy, because it's something that I care about deeply and it's worth it, or, whatever it is. It's going to be unique to each and every one of you. Now you have the Crone in reverse right next to the Counselor in reverse, and what I'm picking up from this Crone card in reverse is like, now's the time for you to really get to know and understand your shadow. I feel like with the Counselor card in reverse right next to it, it's like, how do I say this? Like, needing to just listen and to hear and to have no judgment, to go into your shadow self and know, like, where are you being rigid or resistant? Where are you lacking empathy for yourself or for others? The Counselor card speaks of, like, maybe it would be helpful for you to seek a counselor or, a therapist in real life. Maybe it'd be helpful for you to move through the traumas or the hardships or the hurt that you've gone through. That isn't for everyone, but you'll know what's right for you. This speaks about like an untapped potential within you that needs to be uncovered. And there's a need to, when we dive into our shadow, and we see bits and pieces of ourselves, like, we don't need to be sorry for how, those shadow aspects of us speak out. It's a part of us, and there's no need to deny, the anger that you feel, or, the hurt and the hardships that you've endured. To look at and know what's within you, to working it through shame and hold on, sorry, there's like a message that wants to come through. The crone is a woman who has been scathed. She's been hurt, she's been torn, she's been burned, she's been had poisonous words spat at her. But she's a woman who courageously goes into the darkest parts of herself, and she comes out stronger, wiser. She comes out reborn and fierce and unapologetically herself. And she knows her magic, and she knows that from the hardships and everything that she's been through, no matter what people say or think about her, whether she is what people want or not. I think it's interesting because you have the maiden upright and the crone in reverse. Everyone wants, the maiden, the fresh, the young, the lovely, the beauty, the inviting. But it's time for you to embrace your inner crone, the hard and the wounded. I almost want to say corroded, but like maybe that has to do with your heart. But she's someone who is strong, and she's fierce, and she's unafraid, and she's unapologetic, because she has taken that journey within herself and uncovered all the bits and pieces. It's like Silver Linings Playbook. I think her name is Jennifer Lawrence, right? Her character, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but she was like, I may be, dirty and this, and you may think this about me, but I like that part of me. And it's like just loving and accepting all the bits and pieces of yourself and saying F off to everyone else, because at the end of the day, you live, you're born, and you die, and you're the one there in the end. And this is like being at peace with all bits and pieces of yourself, no matter what. And we have the crow here too, so this is like a calling. Like, the crow to me is always like a messenger calling for the void, through the, like, from the other side, from the spirit realm, from the void, from that mysterious, unknown dark pit. And now's the time to journey within, and you'll come out stronger and braver and with more of a understanding and knowing of yourself. And with the counselor card in reverse, it's like being willing to listen and set aside judgment and set aside, your preconceived notions about what's within you or how you think you really feel inside. It's like, no, there's like a disconnect. If the crone is in reverse and the counselor's in reverse, there's like a disconnect. That's how I'm interpreting it, between your wounded self and that the counselor, like this emotional therapeutic healing, like what do? They like mitigate understanding and realization and, healing. And with the counselor card in reverse, it's like there's a part of you that has been denying listening to yourself, maybe to others as well. Maybe it's time. This talks about like listening more. Just listen to your wound, to yourself. Maybe even like your elders or some guidance from the divine, from that deep well of emotion within you. Listen, dive into it, learn something about yourself, make the time for it. See with eyes of compassion and love and understanding. We have the whale here. It's time to dive deep. But we have the star, and we have the heart here and the moon. Dive into your intuitive knowing, to that dark side of the moon, the dark side of your emotions with the crone, and choose to see with love, compassion, and understanding, and just remain hopeful and have faith that you're going to come out better from this, that there's something to be learned. There's going to be something beautifully gained from doing this if you prioritize it and make the time for it. With the 2 of air upright and the 10 of earth upright, there's a need for like harmony and balance and merging, in coming to peace with oneself, right? With your dark and with your light aspect, and knowing that there's no such thing as duality, but that we can stand in the middle of the dark and the light, and be truly rooted in knowing who you are and having a sense of grace, and compassion, and they can only come from really accepting and knowing who you are. Right, so we had like the crone and the counselor, that it's like you need to dive into the dark void of yourself, your pain, your shadow self, and listen, and then get that knowledge and what you've learned from that, and become imbalanced. And how do I say this? It's like merging your dark and your light and becoming at peace with yourself. Finding a middle ground. This is like major Libra vibes here. There's like a need to find balance and not weighing one more important than the other, right? Your shadow or your light self. It's like, no, you're both part of one. And accept all parts of yourself, right? Because I know the 10 of wands, 10 of earth means something different in the other deck, but in this one it's like coming to a place of happiness, of self-acceptance, of knowing yourself and being grounded in the reality of all that is you. I am my shadow and my light, and I know that, and I accept that, and this is me fully and completely, right? With that crone energy, I don't need to be sorry for being both light and dark. I don't need to apologize or have shame or hide my dark. But I can just show up in life being fully me, because I have compassion for myself, and I know myself, and I see into myself, and I do not wear a mask with myself, and I don't need to wear a mask in front of anyone. This is who I am fully and completely. You can take me or leave me. But regardless, there is a quiet strength and power in that. Just knowing who you are and being rooted in that and being unshakable, unmovable, no matter what anybody says or thinks of you. You know who you are because you've already went through that journey. You've already looked at the quote-unquote dark and nasty and chaotic and hurtful bits of yourself, of your being, and you've come to peace with that. So no matter what anybody thinks or says or may spit at you, it should not faze you, because you know who you are, and you love and accept yourself, and you listen to yourself, and you've come to peace with uncovering all that was hidden. You've now shown light, and you have grace for yourself. I feel like that's like a message, sorry, your spirit guides want you to come into, that this is a potential for you, and to strive towards that, and to move towards that, to not care what other people may think of you. It only matters what you think of yourself. It's a huge theme. Be unafraid to know who you really are, because you can only become stronger and wiser and be a more compassionate person towards others because you have that for yourself. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So with the Father card in reverse and the Maiden upright for the last messages of what your guides want you to focus on. Like I was saying with the 2 of air and the 10 of earth, like not to care what other people think. And with the Father reversed, I'm getting that message further amplified. Is to not worry about being judged or criticized, or we should always respect our elders. They have such wisdom to give us, but with the Maiden here, it's like now is a time for you to set out on your own journey. It's a beautiful energy. Like, now's not the time to be restricted, right? The Father has a lot to do with Saturn, and although Saturn did come in your reading in the beginning for structure and cleanliness and making time, but don't let anything hold you back, I guess is what I'm saying. Sometimes, like the Father is like an authority figure, right? We can sometimes hold what they want for us, or their thoughts or their opinions, in a higher regard than our heart's calling, than our soul's calling, here with the Maiden. And I feel like your guides are saying, it's like we can hear them and can hear what they say, and choose to just take it that they have the best intention for us. Oh, they want me to become an accountant because it's a stable job and I can get benefits and there'll always be work and this, that, and the other. Maybe not necessarily do what they tell us, right? But we can come to a space of like, oh, I understand that they just care and they worry about me, and they want to see me succeed in life, and they don't want to see me fail or get hurt or go down a direction where, I become lost or hurt, or so hurt that I become disempowered, right? And that we can just take the good without necessarily making their word be the law of our life. Because that isn't how you truly live, and that isn't how you truly uncover yourself and know your path. And with the maiden here, it's like there's, your guides want you to know that, the path ahead is just fertile and abundant, and, just creation and birth and beauty and life and magic, and just beautiful transformation. I feel like your guides are telling you, like, the maiden gives me like the fool vibes. I am going to be loving at heart, almost naive, but not really. And I'm going to learn, and I'm going to move forward in life, and I'll become strong from my journey, because I will uncover magic and wisdom and strength and passions that are my own. Right? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Your spirit guides want you to release feelings of fear, and to just follow your dreams, right? To know that you don't need to have a prince come and set you free, Sorry, I'm speaking like, just because it's the maiden. But you don't need to be rescued by anybody. You just need to be true to yourself and follow your dreams and discover your passions and discover yourself. And just throw off all limits and restrictions. And just go and find your independence and your own answers for your life and where you're going. And the path ahead is just fruitful and abundant and just creative. Yeah, the path ahead looks bright, you guys. I think that's all that I'm getting for your reading. My beautiful pile number 3s. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you got something helpful from it. I'm sorry if we went down some touchy or triggering topics in this reading. I'll probably put a trigger warning in my intro. But yeah, I hope that this served you. I hope that you gained something from this. I hope that you have fun healing and exploring all parts of yourself and coming into harmony, balance, and alignment with yourself, and being rooted with who you are, regardless of what anyone says or thinks of you. You have a beautiful path ahead. I wish you luck. I wish you grace and ease and joy and love. And happy healing, guys. Until the next video.